Welcome to the Geekz. Barely on time. This is a little.
This is Steve, keeping it green.
And this is Sean, transforming like Megatron to the break of dawn. Let's keep it going.
So are we having AI run this show today? Like,
yeah. Dude, you know,
we're not real. We're not even here. This is all programmed.
Not real. No, you know, it's funny. Every week, I don't know what the hell to do, so I just come up with some random crazy stuff, man. Just kind of run.
I enjoy it.
Yeah. It's just like some weird thing that I always come up with, some idea. So, what's up?
Cool.
What's up?
Not much, man.
Were you guys on for a while before going live?
No.
Only couple minutes.
I was like
running.
I was sitting here. It was like 9:58, 7:59. I was like, "Where's my vape? Shit."
What's up, Taylor?
Taylor talking shit and a little. Damn. What's up, Big Bird? What's up, Taylor?
Oh well, it's because you be always fucking hating on DC in the community page.
It's
like
fun.
Hashtag DC hater. It's like a little.
It's just fun. I did watch some movies this week, if you can believe it.
I didn't watch shit this week.
Were they Disney movies?
They were not.
Oh, I would have believed that.
Yeah, agreed.
I finally watched Godzilla X Kong.
Okay.
But did you watch it on bootleg?
It was in HD.
Yeah, I mean say bootleg, but
I know what you mean. I watched it in HD, not in the theater.
Yeah,
you're
not gonna enjoy that.
Well,
it's not gonna be great. But go ahead.
I mean, I liked it. I can see your thoughts on why, because like the visuals of whatever I want to say Counter Earth because I'm thinking of Spider-Man now, but like that extra hole in Earth.
Yeah, Inner Earth. The
Inner Earth, yeah. Was really cool, and like Godzilla turning pink and all that shit was kind of, pretty awesome. Yeah. But again, the movie, just like every single one of these, suffers from these damn human characters. Like, I could give a shit.
You know what? They weren't as prevalent as they was.
They weren't. That was the good thing. Like, they weren't. I mean, Dan Stevens was actually probably the only decent human character that I enjoyed. I think what's his face kind of got a little annoying. Who was in the last one?
Brian Tyree Henry.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I like him a lot. I like him a lot, but it's just so like his character is just so over the top weird with like being in that. Does
it ever weird you out how Hollywood depicts podcasters? like they always have like a bunch of resources. Like they don't do anything else in their time but record. It's kind of like stoners in movies. You can tell when like they open the door because they have a bong in their hand because that's what stoners normally do. Like, it's kind of like podcasters in movies. They always have like fucking headphones and shit. They always have gear. They're always maney. Like
they're talking
about their subscriber base and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like,
I don't like the way they portray black people in movies now. They're always screaming and yelling and loud. It's very annoying. It's very like in like a big budget movie. He's like a black guy sometimes more the comedy relief, and he's like it's so stupid. I'm just like, what are we doing? It's Kevin Hart.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Kevin Hart syndrome. It's Melissa McCarthy likes to fall down, and then you have like a Ruby Rod from Fifth Element.
Yep. It's bullshit. I don't like it. It's weird, but I mean, what am I to do? I'm not in Hollywood, but
then again, we also have Pauly Shore and guys like that, and fucking Jim Carrey, and you guys have Denzel. So like,
I mean, we do have Denzel. We do have Denzel.
Well, you got Denzel.
Yeah, for every Kevin Hart you have Denzel's.
But I can see Sean's point though, because I think it seems more prevalent.
It does,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it's just because Kevin Hart just shows up in every damn thing. I don't know.
Or because they just dropped or Die Harder 2.
What the hell
or
is
Die
that?
Hard 2, Die Harder.
Did they?
I just saw that. Like
I
saw
it
was on
Amazon.
the app. I didn't see it.
Die Hard came out last year.
I didn't watch it then.
I like Kevin Hart movies.
Oh,
I
what
don't
did
mind.
he existed?
It's he plays like a real life version of himself. Like it's Kevin Hart, like, but he gets like thrown in to the CIA shit. Like,
okay, so it's like,
but there's like
one of those
real cameos and shit like that people playing themselves, that kind of stuff.
Like My Name is Bruce, where Bruce Campbell was thrown into his own, real Evil Dead shit. Like, okay, I have no desire to see it. Just not.
We need some more. You know what we need is another good season of Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
He's got a new movie out.
That's what we need.
He's got a new movie.
Awesome, Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
I love Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
So good.
But Godzilla X Kong, I actually thought it was pretty good. I'm not, the
What's up, James?
The whole family watched it. What's up, James? They all enjoyed it. Like everybody enjoyed it. Ava even enjoyed it because I kept calling her that little monkey because he was like red haired and he was mean at first. I'm like, that's Ava, and then he liked everybody. Then he became good.
Was it? Did he become good after Kong uses him as a weapon or before?
Probably after.
That's a wild clip that's circulating online. Just Kong using this baby monkey as a weapon.
Oh, it was crazy.
Bam. And then at the end, he throws him at somebody. Bam! Takes that dude out. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was.
No, yeah. Like every scene with Godzilla, like on the surface, I'm like, every time he takes a step, millions of people die. Like
it's so crazy. It's like what is the death toll here? Because there has to be a death toll.
I know. Where are all these people starting all their shit about the end of Man of Steel? Where are all these fuckers with these Godzilla movies?
Well, but it's different, right?
Oh yeah, big
Superman.
lizards.
Superman these are giant kaiju.
Yeah, but they continue to show you how intelligent these creatures are on a continuous basis. They're like, look how smart they are. They're just like us, except don't worry about the unnecessary death.
Well, we're insects to them. You know what I mean? Like, we go out walking the lawn. Like, how many like ant hills are we stepping on and stuff, and just killing bugs every left and right?
I'm gonna be honest with you though. Kong x Godzilla, like these Kong and Godzilla movies, got very lighthearted. Like they're very like if you remember King of Monsters, it was dark. Like
Godzilla, the first one with Bryan Cranston.
No, that one too. But then the next one where they had like King of Georgia, whatever the hell the thing is.
Yeah, but you had Ice Cube in there. He was trying to be funny.
Who was in there?
You had Ice Cube in it. You also had Millie Bobby Brown bringing the cubes. Yeah, and the mafia stuff was. But
it was more serious. It had a more serious tone. Like the level of things was more like now it's just like.
But I think it's because we didn't have a big human element in this outside of like a handful of quick scenes where they were like,
I like
firing at Godzilla.
I actually like the human element in.
I didn't like it
in King of Monsters. I actually love that whole process. Like I love that whole thing. Like that probably to me is probably the best one, better than actually all of them to me because I felt like it introduced more monsters. It had Mothra. Like, I mean, this one, had that shit too, but like, I think I love like Ghidorah.
Well, the other one didn't have Mothra because they retconned because this is Mothra in this one. Like,
right.
That one is not Mothra.
Spoiler, mind you, spoiler who didn't see it.
I mean, the movie's been out. It's not going to really.
You would have seen it. Yeah. If you're the kind of person who's mad about spoilers, a month later.
You've come to the wrong show.
Yeah.
But to me, like to me, again, this was a good like to watching it in IMAX-ish kind of style. I thought that was the best product. The best.
I could definitely see like this. This would have been again. I liked it, but it would have been a better theater experience for sure. For sure. I also watched a movie that I just finished it, and it's goddamn depressing. I watched Civil War.
Oh, I love that movie.
That movie is so damn depressing.
We really, me and Sean really enjoyed that film. Like, it's scary and all that, but like, I don't care. Like, it's still really good. Like,
It's
I
good.
like watching that shit. Like, I'm
No.
and then I started trying to figure out like how would that work today. Like, this movie premise. This is where I like this movie is because this movie premise is ridiculous. Like, there's no way this would happen this way. But that's fine. That's fine. That's why I can watch it without like feeling scared because in my mind they're like California, Texas team up. I'm like. Nah, never gonna happen.
Yeah,
right. So, moving on. This is all fantasy. Let's watch and
enjoy. Understood that part, Steve. But I agree. I think they did it that way, so it's not like picking on. But I can see factions being formed, right? Like that's not the impossible.
I like that the movie didn't take a stand either way. It was following journalists that were neutral, so it didn't really. You didn't really know who was bad. Like I guess the guy, Nick Offerman seemed like he was probably bad, right? Like not the greatest guy. But then like everybody else seemed like they were fucking around a lot too. So it's like I don't even know who.
Well, that's the thing. Like I don't know.
I didn't know what side was right and what side was wrong. To be honest, I really didn't.
Because we didn't know what the issues were, right? And I think that's what played on it. Like you don't know what got us to this point. All we know is. Nick Offerman as president is in a third term, and you heard one thing where he disbanded the CIA, the FBI, and like that was like one of the only kind of like nuggets you got. Outside of that, it's like factions, right? And there was a scene there, like it was like I'm watching The Walking Dead all over again, and it's like you can kind of see like the two kind of types of fantastical stories merging. But like it's a depressing movie. Like in all, like no matter what was going on there, just seeing like at the end that whole the whole scene where they're taking down DC, I was just like, man, like it was
that shit
just
was dope to me.
You know what I was fucking I love that. I was so pissed. I was so pissed when they went into that shop and that girl was like, yeah, you can do whatever. I was like, fuck. Like that means if they're at work, I'm definitely still working.
Damn, she's still working. God damn.
If she's at work, my boss is gonna be like, "Yo, like they still working. Let's get back to work."
No, James, you're right. There was some of that, but it depends on what military and what civilians, right? Like civilians were forming their own, and it depends on what military there. It wasn't just the military countrywide.
Yeah, there were definitely military fighting.
Western forces, the Western forces, which is Texas, California, I'm assuming, had their own military, and so it was a lot of that kind of going on. But
Arizona and New Mexico, like. Texas, they're just like, ooh, we're really small. I don't know. We do not have the resources for this fight.
So, what was your rating on it? Hello, you don't mind me
asking? I give it a hero, but again, it's just depressing. Yeah. Just like again, like I'm pulling threads at it. Like I get where you guys are coming from. Like, oh, that shit looked dope and everything. But I'm looking at like the, like from the journalist point of view, and then like. Seeing even just what we've seen in the news and the media and everything that we're seeing going on the last several years, right? Like, it's like, man, there's things that are scary.
It could easily fall to that level at some point. It could. It wouldn't. I don't think it'd be over. I could say probably the balance will be a little different, but. It could easily fall into that with one instance, but I just don't know. It's just there's a lot. It's a lot to unpack, and I mean, we could have went. We if that storming the Capitol thing would have went wrong, that could have went real bad, real fast, and we could have definitely ended up in a different situation. And I mean. I don't know, man. Like it's just a lot of things that you think about. You're just like,
I'll tell you what, though.
In Civil War, things don't happen, but in real life, shit can go real awry real quick.
You know who stole the show? Jesse Plemons. The second that dude gets on, you're like, this is so good.
This is fucking crazy. I love it.
Oh, this motherfucker's unhinged.
Yeah.
Or like or the sniper fight where they're like, who's in that building over there? Like, we don't know. Like, they're like, we just know that they've been shooting at us. So we're just gonna be like, what if they're your people? We're like, one of us has to go.
James, the Western forces were the military that were based in those areas. I think that they were offshoots of military. I don't think it was just
when they were at the Western forces campgrounds. It was like helicopters and shit.
Yeah, they had. I mean, they had tanks. They had everything, and it wasn't just civilians. I mean, they had everything. Steve, I think it was just
that's
because again they don't explain it, James. So that's the thing. They don't explain it. So that's the thing. We don't know for certain, but they were very well armed. They were very well. I mean, especially when they were storming that area, every time how they were working in and out, like that wasn't a civilian group, right? Like you saw some of the civilians in some of the other scenes. So I think it really, again, it's not, they're not telling that story. They're telling the story from the journalist's perspective, what the journalists go through. Yeah. We see that, in the wars going on overseas right now, like we're seeing journalists in the middle of that kind of stuff. And so you're getting that in a different perspective with it happening here. And I think that's why, like, it I mean, and who knows, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the director will come out and explain, but I don't think he's going to, because I don't think he wants to. Like, I think it's just for us to take what we want away from it and kind of show that. And then again, the end, I thought, like, the very end was depressing as hell too. I was like, man,
that's crazy though, right? I love that, because I was like, oh, this is where this is. Oh, damn. That okay. So we moving on from that, and we getting I enjoyed that part. I actually like that. You mean when they were in the White House?
Yeah,
that was dope. I love that shit. Like that, it fucked me up. I was, oh, that's cool. I like the perspective of that. Like that's, it was carried on, and it was like, oh, well, you take this, and just overall, man, I thought it was just a great film. It really was.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really good film. So both those movies, I give heroes to both. I mean, I thought I enjoyed both.
Look at a little
dishing out hitting.
I mean,
non-Disney things.
Yeah, Godzilla X Kong, pretty close.
What are you talking about?
It's a cartoon.
That's a Warner Brothers property. You know me and Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I know you don't get down with those cats. Anything they do is trash to you.
Trash. No, but it was good. It was good. That's it. I mean, I watched some basketball, some baseball. My Cubs suck. Rooting for Luca. Went to a crazy yard sale today, just on a whim, and found some crazy things. Yeah, the U.S. photos. I'll talk about when we get to the toy box.
I got a nice package from you this week, which I appreciate.
I love sharing my packages.
They're going to be those packages.
Really good. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm actually surprised you didn't get it.
What I sent you?
Yeah, they're really cool. Like very well done.
They are very well done.
You're gonna have to find a way to show that picture on the screen or something so that it's not so cryptic.
Yes.
Oh no!
Of my package, he's gonna share it.
No, I thought you meant like the marquees that you didn't buy today.
No, I did buy those.
Oh, you did buy those.
Oh, you did.
That's who I said.
Yeah. Okay, good. I think that's what Sean. That's what you're talking about, right? Those marquees.
No. He was talking about the stuff I sent him.
He sent me stuff from Disney that I thought I honestly thought he probably would have picked them up.
Oh,
I think they're really, really well done. Like,
yeah, we'll talk about. Talk about. No, I know they are. They're prop replicas. So
yeah.
But that's all I watched this week. What about you guys?
I watched some stuff. I finished the Geekz season 2. It was running on HBO Max.
What is that about?
That's about the killer, Robert Durst. Remember that movie, All Good Things, with Ryan Gosling and
yeah.
Jesse Plemons' wife, damn it, Kristen Dunst. That was based on this whole story, and there was this whole documentary series that came out. Basically, in the finale of it, this fool on hidden microphone confessed to doing it. That was how the show ended, and then he got arrested after that, and shit was all bad for him. And then they started showing season 2, and it's crazy because you're watching it and you're watching shit go down, and then the pandemic hits, and the show basically stops. The trial had to stop for a year. This fool's already in his 80s, Like he died. Like there was no like finale to it. You know what's the crazy thing is he died at a hospital that I work at all the time. Like he died right down the street from me. Yeah, I was like, oh man, like that. And I was looking at the time. I was like, I've worked there a lot, and I work in the prisoner area because we do all the card access for the hospital and stuff. So it's like I work in those areas. Like, man, I was probably right around the corner from that dude. But yeah, that whole story is very, very good. I guarantee you're going to get another like full-on life movie of that coming up at some point. But both seasons are streaming on HBO. Very good show. And then after that, the next one that came on was a 3-episode, like a limited series, 3 episodes. It was called Massacre in the Mormon Valley. This shit was nuts. Like a huge Mormon compound in Mexico, right? And like they were like sending like a caravan of like all these women and children to go to this wedding, and it gets hit, and like women, kids, babies, older kids, everybody's getting killed. It's all pandemonium, and like the men of this Mormon group are like arming up and like going after, and it's just crazy. Like there's this whole like rescue operation, and all the people that did the killing are gone. Like by the time they get up there, all they can do is like rescue people and find the dead people. And then it starts like this big conspiracy of like, who's in on it? Who is it? Who did it? And then in episode 3, it gives you the long history of the war that these people have had with the cartels for quite some time. And it's like, oh, well, there's your answer. Like, it's pretty obvious what happened. You're at war with a cartel in Mexico. So,
oh, shit.
And they're Mormons?
Yeah. They went down there a long time ago, many generations ago, so that they could have multiple wives. And then they basically have these big, giant families, and then they start this big-ass community down there. But they've been down there for years, like generations. They're not new.
And they're at war with cartels?
Yeah.
Oh, bizarre. Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They're not winning. It's not
no,
looking good.
No, I wouldn't think they would be.
Like at that one of the episodes, they're driving through like their Mormon neighborhood, and there's a lot of empty houses. They're like, yeah, people are thinking it's not safe. I'm like, because it's not, because they'll kill you.
Yeah. And they'll hang you from a bridge.
And they don't care. So
well, they don't.
So that's a pretty riveting show until you get to like episode 3, because it sets up this big mystery. And even some of the family members are like, I think it might be related. You're like, what? It's definitely related. You have no problems with anybody else.
But the cartel.
Yeah.
Duh.
That's so dumb. Okay.
Yeah. And then I've watched all of the season. There's not going to be a season 2, but it's a show called Under the Bridge on Hulu. Starring Lily Gladstone from what's it called? Flowers, Death of the Flower Moon. What's it?
Yes. Something of that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, Martin Scorsese flick. Lily Gladstone was the actress who won the Best Actress Award for her performance. I mean, she plays a cop in this one, very good as well. This is a very fucked up show about kids being fucked up kids, and it's bad. And the crazy thing is it is like the main girl whose death this show surrounds. Her birthday was my wife's month and day, but her year was my year. So all these kids that were in the show were fucking my age. They're bad kids, man. Doing bad shit. Man, we used to act up without cell phones. We didn't know what to do. It's just like the world. You would get like, what can I do? Break? I don't know. It's good.
So it's like watching that movie Kids from back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. But this place, it also takes place in Canada, and they're kids trying to be stuff that they're not. You know what I mean? They're trying to emulate American gangster style of stuff, but they're Canadian kids. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So
they're saying a boot after everything, and you're like, what the hell is that?
It's a really, really good show. The acting is off the charts amazing. It's got a great soundtrack. And the story's really good. And it is a true story. And it's really good. Under the Bridge. Check it out. It's on Hulu. Very, very, very good.
All right, cool.
I don't really want to give too much away about it. There's a lot that gets unpacked during the show.
How many episodes?
It's 8 episodes. So a girl goes missing for 3 days, but the trailer shows you that they find her body after a few days, and then there was a big fight under a bridge, and then it becomes like unpacking what happened, right? Because they all think that the kids killed her in this fight, but then at the very end of episode 1, to kind of hook you in for the show, they have surveillance video, and you see them all chasing her down under the bridge, and then about 10 minutes later, you see all the kids leave, and then about 20 minutes after that girl comes up and walks across the bridge by herself. And they're like, well, what the fuck happened then? Because obviously they didn't kill her. Like they all think they did because she left on her own. So it starts as a bigger mystery at large. So very good show.
Interesting. All right.
That's it for me.
I ain't watch shit.
Every time I look on my Xbox, you're watching something. You're in Peacock or Amazon or
I'm just watching regular shit, dude. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like
I do the same thing. I've been throwing on Seinfeld and stuff, and just
Parks and Rec, The Office, Seinfeld, Superstore. That's all I'm watching. That's all the rotation is.
I know, man. Like watching Civil War. I'm like, how can you do this to Ron Swanson?
Or the making of Star Wars, or like just like that's all I'm watching. Like I really just have like a simple thing I just watch all the time. There's nothing new.
So when I do that stuff, you guys pick on me. But
no, I don't pick on you. Like I watch other shit a little. Don't get it messed up. I watch a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I did go down to
Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad. He's allowed to have days where he doesn't watch shit that matters.
Thank you, my friend.
But when it counts, all fucking cookies for you.
Right.
You never have a meal.
Right, but when it counts,
popcorn TV
right there.
I did go down some rabbit holes this week.
Did you?
But that was only about comic books.
Oh.
I'm just saying this, man. Like it's tough being a comic book collector these days because CGC is fucking up the game bad.
Getting bad, isn't it?
Well, because the thing is like, you know how, oh man, getting a 9.8, that's the best you can get. It's very rare to have anything else. No, man, 9.9s and 10.0s are fucking flooding the market and shit, and it's fucking crashing prices left. I'm fine because I don't collect 9.8s. Like I'm just looking for vintage, Silver Age books. I don't care if it looks good. I don't care if it's a 3.5. I don't care if it's a 5, a 7, 8, Yeah, would I like a 9.8 and in a Silver Age just to have at least one? Sure. But fuck. Like there's a 9.9, there are a couple now, Giant Size X-Men, there's 9.9s of there's tons of 9.9s of Wolverine #1. And they're just flooding the market. People are getting screwed, man. Like all these people that paid tons of money for all these books that are 9.8, prices are tanking because now I'm going to get this 9.9. Now I'm going to get this 10.0. And then people are buying 9.8s to crack and press and try to resubmit because CGC is now being more lax and they're and giving more 9.9s and 10.0s. So I've been going down those rabbit holes, and
how do you just like change your standards for grading comic books so many years in? Like,
and you look at some of the books too. Like people have been really like viewing these books and like talking to people at CGC, and it's like, oh yeah, you can have a spine tick and still be a 9.8, 9.9, and I'm like, no, the fuck you can't, because I have a book here. I got a 9.4. I don't got a goddamn spine tick on this bullshit. Like I am pissed out of my mind when I hear that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Man, it's like seriously. This Giant Size X-Men. Well, it's got a spine tick, but you know what? It's a 9.9. Fuck you. It's a 9.9. Like, what does that even mean?
It means
it's
nothing.
all subjective. Exactly. Yeah. It's all subjective, and it's just like
for naught. It's all nothing.
It's really fucking. It's pissing me off. Like, luckily, I have not paid a lot. I am not getting out of that game.
Out of the game.
I'm not, because I enjoy the books. I enjoy the artists. I enjoy the comics. But that's the thing, and this is why I play the long game, because you know what? And it's I'm giving there's a YouTuber out there. I've been watching him since the pandemic, and like he was a small show. And his name is Swagglehos, and he's really good because he talks about like pricing and stuff.
Yeah.
And he came up with an episode about this, and he also talks about like comic books in general are not rare. Like, so people who are like selling books for tons of money, like, guess what? You can find these books. There's books out there. You just have to play the long game. Just do not go crazy and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, somebody bought like it was what was it? Not New Mutants. I can't remember which book. It was the second appearance of Deadpool. Like, I bought the book for $5, right? There's the 9.9 of this book out there that somebody's paying like $6,000 for. And I'm like, this book is like, in a 9.8 grade, it sells for $75. Why the fuck do you need this in a 9.9? Like, why are you paying like $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 for a 9.9 of this meaningless book? Because people are fucking dumb. And they're people are making the game seem that it's rare, but it's not. And that's what's pissing me off about it, because it's like all of a sudden, like, oh, this book is worth $10,000. No, it's not. You can find this book. People have it in their fucking attics and shit. Like, you'll find this book. Just be patient. But what's up, Carlos?
You know what really grinds my gears?
That's right. I'm gonna be that old man fucking yelling at the fucking clouds. Fuck you and your 9.9 CGC, you fucking bastards.
You know what? You got to get yourself like a little set of bunny ears. So when you're about to go on these fucking rabbit hole fucking rants, you're like, you know what?
Rabbit hole. Yeah.
Here we go. Oh,
next week, I'm going to watch the Diddy documentary, Rabbit Hole. I still haven't watched that one yet, the TMZ one. So
I'm not watching that shit. I don't care anymore.
Bunny ears in Geekz Blue.
I'm curious, Sean, though, like hearing about the rumors about Biggie. I'm like,
I heard that one too this week.
And then Biggie's mom came out saying if she ever sees Diddy, she's gonna knock his ass out.
But then in hindsight, when you look at some of those old videos and you see the same thing on two videos, you kind of question is like, what? Like, how did that happen? And how did not anybody know?
Oh, people knew.
No, nobody knew that person was a man at one point.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. And they showcased it a lot. And back in the day, we were so gullible, we didn't even realize it. We wasn't like, oh, okay. But then you put the same person in another video, and you're like, wait, what? Like, why is this happening? And then you really question it. You kind of like,
there's lots of questions.
A little, Sean, and a little. Everything's a lie. Everything is bullshit.
Like, nothing makes any sense anymore. Like,
nah, bro, it don't make
all crazy.
Cat Williams is right. 2024 is gonna come out, like everything's just gonna be like, nope, nothing's real.
Doesn't make sense.
Everything is
like,
we are living in the Matrix.
We're about to have to decide the next president of our country is going to be like an insane old person or a convicted felon. Like, these are our choices in the greatest country on the fucking planet, I guess. Like,
and that's the crazy part. Like, those are our choices.
Yeah, this is the best we got. These are the best we got.
Yeah. It's like,
it doesn't really matter which side of this aisle you're on. I know we're not that show. We're not going to get into.
Oh, no, I don't
really care about that. But I'm just saying, both of these guys are the best we got.
That's it. Like, that's it.
I really need some fucking Bill Pullman Independence Day action. You know what I mean? I need a young, vibrant president that's ready to inspire me with some shit. I don't need any more old man talk from anybody. I'm cool with that.
Old man.
Like, we're gonna have to watch two old people with dementia on national television fighting each other with words. Oh boy,
where we at? Yo, we're supposed.
I can't wait. By the way,
no, I can't wait either. It's gonna be amazing. It's two people just forgetting everything that they fucking said, and it's like, it's just like
it's Wednesday. It's Meatloaf Day. Donald Trump's like, you see, he's crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh god,
it's gonna be so good. It doesn't make any sense to me. We gotta do better. We gotta do better as people.
As a people, we should have.
Yeah, I don't give a shit if it's a reptile, a goddamn alien. I don't give a fuck. That motherfucker, the next motherfucker gonna be young and shit.
Because right now, if you were like,
V, John, remember
three-way. Yeah, but it's right now. They were like, it's a three-way. You have to vote for one of these two or this turtle. And be like, what's that turtle's policy on fucking foreign relations? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's
they
going
just
on?
wait for the turtle to crawl to like a cue card.
Let's wait for the turtle to answer. I need more from this turtle.
It's crazy, man. It's like, God, where are all the young people at? Like, I'm confused. Like,
I'll tell you
where they're all at. They're all the star of their own fucking movie. They're all number one. Right. We're all in a movie about their life. That's where all the young people are at.
Yeah. So.
Man, we have an old man show.
So there we go. We're shaking our fists at comic books, at politics, at movies, whatever we're gonna do. So all right, let's move on. Toy box.
I gotta go get my toy box.
Go on the toy box. So
give me 2 seconds.
So I woke up this morning and I saw it yesterday. You know, I always check like the yard sale things on Facebook and stuff. That's the only thing I use Facebook for. I again, rant. Social media sucks. I fucking hate it.
Yes.
Do love all you guys out there, but I fucking hate social media.
That's except for on our pages.
Except for I go on Facebook to check like yard sales and all that kind of stuff.
I love the marketplace. What are you talking about? You crazy?
Well, that's what I'm saying. The marketplace, Sean. Like I go there, look at the yard sale. Like
I like that it
yard sales.
I like that it like
marketplace.
The algorithm. The marketplace algorithm is really good. Like every time you look on there, you're like, "Ooh, I want all of this." Every time, it's just like, look, I just opened it up. All things I want. Right?
No, it's great. It's great.
Archangel, then you had a good prom night. So I saw somebody who they had the yard sale, which made me mad because I'm like, why do you have a yard sale on a Friday? I gotta work. But they had a whole bunch of retro video game stuff and stuff. So I'm like, okay, so I might want to check these people out. So I got up this morning early and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go and see. And they were only like 15 minutes from the house. So I'm going to go and see what they got. And I got there and like all the Super Nintendo games, he had 70 of them sold. One person came and bought all 70 Super Nintendo games. He had a bunch of the current systems that I had. The only thing that I was interested in that he had video game wise is he did have the Super Nintendo Junior mint in box, but he wanted like 300 for it, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. That was just a bit much. But he had a whole bunch of other artwork and other things, and I go over to this one side, and I'm looking on the ground, and I see like this. All these arcade marquees laying on the ground, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And they're all legit marquees. They were all, beat up. You could tell when it's like somebody's new marquee, like that they, a repro, versus like one that's been used in the cabinet. And I'm looking at them, and I'm like, "Man, these are some really cool marquees." Too bad he doesn't have turtles. And then I kind of just walked away. Like I wasn't really looking at him because Alex started running over to the Lego sets, and the guy gave us a deal on a couple little Star Wars Lego sets. And then I go back to the marquees, and I'm looking, and I'm like, oh shit! I'm like, I can't believe he's got this one. I'm like, I gotta get this. I'm like, how much you want for these? And he's like, well, he's like, I'm asking 15 a piece. I'm like, 15 a piece? Oh shit! All right. So I pick up fucking Ninja Gaiden, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna put myself on a.
I remember that. That is so
awesome. Look at Ninja Gaiden Tecmo. You can see. I mean, there's scuffs all over this shit. It is beat to hell, but I love it. I don't care. It looks good, but I want it to be. I want it to be beaten and used because I know it came out of our game machine. Yeah. This is one of the ones that got reslid into other machines, so because you could tell how it was cut, and it's one of the smaller ones. But dude, I was like looking at this, I'm like, I could just hang this on the wall. Like you got the first villain with the Jason, the Jason mask on there, and then you got.
I want to go back in time so I can get a job as an arcade game technician and just be like in arcades all day fixing games, sliding marquees. That's so good.
So he had one other one, but it was really, really beat up. So I passed on it because it was a RoboCop, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, fuck, it's so good, but like almost half the marquee was gone. It was just like, so I'm like, it's just not worth it. It's just So I kept looking around, and Alex he's like, Dad, you should get this one. You should get this one. He's like, you're always looking for this machine, and I'm like, I know. And so I got Miss Pac-Man. because I'm like, look how awesome it is. It's got this gunk on the front because
but you can get that off.
Yeah, but you can
I
get that
don't care.
off.
Exactly. I don't even care if it stays on. It's like sticky shit. I don't care. Like I cleaned them up, But look at the colors, man. Like this is awesome.
The ghost looks great. A
Oh,
hairy ghost, which is kind of weird.
It is, but yeah, I love this thing. I love the pink.
It looks really good. Yeah, the font looks great.
I gotta get these in shadow boxes and stuff, and because then you'll
get some backlight.
That's what I want to do is get some shadow boxes, put a little bit of like LED strip in it, and then have it hanging up because I still have the Marvel superheroes one. I'm like, I got to do that with that one too. So, but I'm like, dude, and then he's like, oh, you got 2 of them, 10 a piece. I'm like, all right, fuck. How do I say no? 10 a piece. So
how many did you get?
I just got those 2.
But he had more though.
He had more, and even Jenny's like, "Are you sure you don't want to go back?" And I'm like, "Yeah," because they weren't games that the only one that I hemmed and hawed about was he had Altered Beast.
What?
And I was like, "But
I'm just saying, I
didn't play that one in the arcade.
The way that you and Ali hit me last week about not buying that arcade one up, lay into him. Don't be fucking.
Why? I got 3 marquees. I got to figure out where the hell to put these things.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
The Altered Beast marquee is awesome. The font is awesome.
I understand that, but I went with.
It had the wolf. It had the wolf on there too.
No. It was just the eyes. It was the eye version.
It's still cool though.
God,
if it had the faces, like I probably would have gone for it. Like just like I was hoping he had Double Dragon, but he had Double Dragon 3, and I didn't like how that marquee looked. It was really, really awkward looking marquee.
Oh, that one's a cool one. Besides cool as what the other one would be, but
exactly. I looked at it and I kind of hemmed on it.
Cool. I kind of like it though.
It's got the switching eyes. Sean, believe me, I get it. I'm sitting there looking at it, but I'm like, it's not the marquee that I really liked, and it's not. And I'm running out of space.
Right. You have a big space up there, and you're running out. It's crazy. Like you had your little office at the old house, and you wanted to. You had big plans for that basement.
I did,
but now you don't have a basement. Now you have a loft.
I know, and I got to figure out with this loft. Like I don't know.
Is it weird not having a basement?
Yes, because my garage is just fucking jam packed.
Going down to the first floor and then not having something underneath that.
it is very yes, and it's like I look at these things and I'm like, and not saying that like but I can afford a little bit more now, and I'm like, oh, I can get this, and if I had a basement, I would actually have like a bunch of arcade machines and stuff more so than I have.
You got to go buy one of those little houses, those mini houses. Put it in your backyard.
I don't have a backyard. I have a pool and patio. Like that's it. I have a big enclosed patio and a pool, and a hot tub. Like I don't have. Believe me, I would. That like the mini house you can buy that at Amazon and shit.
Yeah.
Got power hooked up and everything. I'm like, I'd love to do that shit, but I don't even have that kind of space.
You got space you got a front yard? Put it right there.
No, our home is very narrow and long.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know you haven't been there.
Shows you very clearly that I haven't been here.
But I don't have any of that extra space. I was talking to Jenny about like potentially building like a room because we have room above our garage, and like figuring out because we not to say like our house isn't big enough, but then like we talked about it and we're like, well, like Mia's 2 years away from college. Like not to say that we're kicking her out, but like she's 2 years, then the twins, you know what I mean? Like so like at some point, I don't know if we're gonna downsize or change up. Like we wanted to live here because of the schools. And once they get to college, like we can move. There's lots of places with big plots of land and stuff that we could actually move out to, pay less for, still be as close as we are to everything. But we're just like not in areas that are like the best of school districts. And like that's, I wouldn't care at that point, So I don't know. I don't know the plan. I just, at this moment, I just got to figure out like what I want to do with this loft. And it's cool, everything's great, but it's like I don't know. Like I have big stuff, and that's it's all big. even like my computer desk, I got a smaller one than I had, but it's still big. You know, I have two big, giant, 32-inch monitors on either side of me. You know, about two laptops here, and I'm like, I don't know, like it's just kind of big.
Where are you gonna put that big full size arcade machine?
It's still in the garage. It's just sitting in the, and that's the other thing too. Like I'm like, oh, should I just get the garage finished off? And I'm like, I don't know, like how much that would, not that it would cost a lot, but it's like keeping it cool, like air conditioning, to keep all my shit in there so it doesn't die in Florida heat. Like, it's a lot thinking about that, and that's where like all the other shit's at, like our
remember the
water
days where
heater
you
and
could
everything.
just go to the Toys R Us and like buy a figure. Just feel like, yay, I got a toy.
Now I need to build a room
build a
for
fucking
figures.
room.
Yeah,
I'm sitting in the room that I built
just to put VHS tapes. Yes.
Oh, so dumb.
Yeah, that's what happens when you buy big boy toys. So, but hey, there you go. So that's my toy box. 2 marquees. I'm pretty happy with that. I thought, wasn't expecting that, and pretty happy. So I'll pass it on to Steve.
Yep. So I got a box from a Lil this week, and I was looking through all the stuff that I have to send out. Alone, I don't think I have anything to send out to you.
I know you don't. You have it's all to Sean.
So
you love him more.
What can I buy the man that has everything? So
I mean, you clearly found stuff for Sean. I mean, and look what he's got behind him. So no, I'm teasing.
You want the Star Wars tapes? So you got me some awesome tapes. We're gonna go through those real quick. We got.
Were they all in their cases? You know what? I'd never double check.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I didn't either. Let's do it. We're gonna do a reveal. So you got me Dean Koontz's Phantoms. Terrible movie. Great cover. Yes, the movie is in there. We got a Phantoms. That's 1 for 1 a little. All right.
I want one of these not to be in there.
Flatliners, original. Very nice.
You have those too?
I have both of these, yes.
Okay.
This is kind of like a time capsule because you've had these tapes for quite some time.
Yes, I have.
So,
and then you found them, and I'm like, damn it.
Yeah. So, but it's cool. I like having multiples. It's fine. And then we got The Last Starfighter. Very nice. And yes, again, a little 3 for 3. Very, very good.
That Last Starfighter box, I was pretty impressed with. It was pretty nice.
It is good. I have to check the one to see if it's better than the one I got on display, but we will check. The Good Son, which is one you were upset about because I just found this like a week ago. And yes, The Good Son is in there. But it's awesome. Again, like you never know with these, when you have multiples, like you got to put both of them in, see which ones are fucked up. Like you get tracking all fucked up on one, you can mix and match. So very, very cool. And then I don't have this one. I don't have Glory Days. And that box is actually in really good shape. Great box. Great box. Good shine to it. Good font.
Some Milano.
Yeah. Ben Affleck. French Stewart. Weird that he's got top billing. But, very, very, very cool. And then obviously the best piece, the piece that I didn't even remember was in there. And I don't have a landline. That's unfortunate because I would love to see it work. But it is the Batman Batmobile 89 Bat phone.
Oh, that's awesome.
And check this out. I'm like, how the fuck does it work? Like, how do you
hang up?
Yeah, how do you hang up? Check it out. I figured it out. There's a little button right here. Yeah.
Oh.
It pushes in. So when you set it down, right? That little button pushes in and it hangs up. And then when you pick it up, that button comes out and you get your dial tone. So
okay.
That's pretty fucking sweet. I just don't have a way to test it. But it doesn't matter. This is really cool, Lil. This is really, really, really cool. This is one of those awesome little conversation pieces. You're like, you have this on and they're like, "What? Oh, that's a cool little Batmobile." You're like, yeah, but pick it up. Oh shit! Very, very, very cool. Thank you.
You don't have a landline in your house at all? Like any?
No. Oh, do you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't use it, but I do have a landline.
That's why we had one and we never used it, so we got rid of it.
No, I'm saying, but you don't have it like like the whatever the outlet, whatever it's called.
Well, there's plenty of phone outlets, but I don't have phone service.
That's what I was. So there's, okay. Yeah.
I have.
You could actually get. I think it's very cheap. Not to say that you should for this phone, but it's like through the internet. Like there's a little like attachment and stuff, and you plug in a phone if you wanted a landline, but it's through the internet. It's like $10 a month or something like that. So again, not needed for this phone. But
how do you go back to the regular one?
There you go. So.
See, that's what happens when you let me fucking run. Well, we had a landline for years and never used it. So
yeah, I thought you meant like you didn't even have the plug for it. So okay, very cool.
Very cool. Thank you, Lil. Awesome box, some cool stuff. That bat phone is the icing on the cake. Very nice.
I tell you, I remember when I saw it, I kept going. I mean, we were at this gigantic flea market, like it was miles long. And I went back to this table multiple times, and he had a couple of them. And I went and dug through, and like I wanted to get the one that looked the best. And I'm hemming and hawing. I'm like, I gotta get it. Like
it's very cool.
It's a phone.
It looks really good too. Like,
I know.
It's really good. The detail on it is. Sorry, I guess you probably should have done that in solo mode, but like it's very good.
I just think it's funny it has a giant bat logo on the hood.
Well, that's actually
not even the hood on the window.
That's actually just a little bullshit sticker that could come right off if you want.
Yeah, no, but you don't want to, Yeah.
No, it's fine. It looks good. Like I have a couple of these 89 Batmobiles, like a model kit and a little toy, and this looks just as good as any of those. So very cool.
Fucking awesome. It's so 80s.
Oh, very, very 80s. Very, very 89 came out, so it's very 90s.
Yeah, early 90s, yeah.
Early 90s. All right.
But good enough.
That's it for me. Thank you, Lil. Otherwise, I would not have had a toy box, so thank you very much. Sean, take it away, my friend. We can all see the big thing in the background.
Oh, no, but I talked about that already, didn't I?
Yeah, I'm talking about it on Star Geeks.
Oh.
Last week was the week. Last week was when you are all giving me shit about not buying that arcade 1-up.
Oh, well, as you can see, I think I showed it on Star Geeks, but as you can see, this is the cool Star Wars arcade video game, and it is awesome. It is awesome. Cool stuff. I mean, I love it. I just died. But it's arcade 1-up. I mean, we all have seen arcade 1-up before. I am gonna mod it, and I'm gonna probably add some stuff to it, but it's a pretty cool piece. I mean, obviously, it's an arcade 1-up, so I mean, it's pretty awesome. And it's Star Wars.
I like that face. It's an arcade. Wow.
I mean, it's Star Wars, so it's pretty fucking cool. So
I just it's just cool that you could just leave it on and it just plays Star Wars video game stuff all day.
Yeah, I just leave it on. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I got that last week. Actually, we went to a con and then I picked it up actually when we were at the con. Some guy had it in Philadelphia, so I just drove down and picked it up and put it in the car, broke it down, and actually I had a truck, so which was good. But then I had to break it down after the show and stuff like that, and it was good. It was cool. It was easy to put together and easy to break down. It was fucking easy as hell. So that was awesome. Also at the show, I picked up this little nugget. Steve, I do have a Blockbuster pin for you.
I saw. So cool.
I do not know where it is right now, and I have to find it. It's in a bag.
I know. It was funny. I showed Jenny the picture that you sent of the Nintendo watch, and she's like, "You've been looking for that for a while." And I'm like, "I know, but I'm like, I can't drop 100 on it for something that I'm never gonna wear because I wear an Apple Watch." She's like, "That is a good point." She's like, it makes sense.
No, you don't wear it. You frame it.
Fucking put that shit on display.
I want to wear it. I want to wear it.
No, Lil. No.
But I'm confused. So if you ever find one, you're just gonna wear it?
I think so. Depends on again.
Why?
Because it's cool.
That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't.
It's an electronic video game.
Then yeah, you buy one and display it, and then if you find another one, buy that and wear it.
Yeah.
Or buy that and wear the shittier one.
Yeah, I mean, I know the guy. I see him in a lot of shows. I mean, if I see it again, I'm gonna buy it. Like I actually wanted it myself, but I just like,
I thought you were gonna buy it for yourself. I
ain't need it that badly. You know, if it was a Star Wars game and watch, it would have been cool. But no, I didn't. It wasn't that serious. But if I see it again, I'll buy it. You know.
Did they ever have a Star Wars?
No, I know of. I got this little awesome piece that was in Star Wars Visions. It's a Kotobukiya statue from Visions. It is the Ronin.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah. You know what's cool is like
it's black and white, right?
Yes, it is black and white.
It doesn't like scream Star Wars, but it is Star Wars. But like it's just one of those cool pieces that like. Oh, I see. Now you can see the lightsaber. You couldn't see it before.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay. Oh, that thing is fucking long too. That's crazy.
Dude, this thing is amazing, bro. Details all way like everything is like you got to put it together. You know, it's like a hard plastic PVC, but I love this thing. This thing is dope as shit. I was like,
that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put that on display in my little thing, in my little box, and call it a day. It's a pretty cool piece. Again, dope. I also got shit. I meant to tell you this. I got this as also. As I run over here, I did get Super Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, nice.
In package.
Nice.
So yeah, really cool. Actually, it came with everything.
Did it come with the poster? I was going to take a picture of that last night because I was playing it last night. And
it didn't come with the poster. It just came with the book.
Because the poster, it's not even like a poster to like
just
frame or anything. It has like all this crazy vintage stuff you can buy.
Sean looks so sad now. He's like,
I'm devastated.
He's like, all I have is this.
Yeah, all I got was this. Fuck.
Took the wind right out of his sails. You were like, "Oh, does that have the poster?" He's like, "No." You're like, "Oh, it was so cool."
No, I didn't mean to be a jerk about it. I just wanted to show you like the stuff that was on the poster.
No, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually put them all in frames. I'm actually gonna have all three. I'm gonna get all of them and put them all in frames. Actually, it's gonna be all in one frame.
Just the Super Nintendo ones, or all of the games?
I think I'm gonna do all three Super Nintendos, but I do have the Nintendo one too. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it yet. But
you should keep the Super series together, right? Like the Super Empire, Super Star Wars, Super Return. Keep those together.
Yeah, it'd be cool because I would stack them and put it in like just actually because the framers over at Hobby Lobby can do it for you. They'll just put it in there and it'll just stay up like that. So that'd be kind of cool. Nice. 1, 2, yeah.
What did you use to hang those heavy ass things behind you?
Dude, I got these fucking brackets that weigh almost. They weigh 200. They can hold up to 200 pounds. Let me turn that down. Sorry.
Like, was that your tummy?
Steve, they hold up to 200 pounds.
Okay.
So they're up there. They're fucking up there. But I think I am going to put brackets at the bottom of them.
I like how you put that the Empire one right over the arcade one up because
I still have to move it over a little bit because unfortunately the AT-AT one it actually kind of you see it.
Oh, like covers it.
Yeah. So I kind of want to fix it, bring it over just a little bit, and actually have this like in the center. And then have the AT-AT over there. You know what I mean? Have the X-Wing over a little bit more. And so
design changes. You get them up and you're like,
yeah, some small shit.
It's cool though. At least those brackets work though, because those things are heavy.
Yeah, I'm fucking them, Steve. They heavy as shit, dog. But it worked. It works very well, actually. The bracket, the little bracket that's holding it, it goes into the ceiling, and there's a bracket that holds it in, and it like clips in, so it's like it ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
So, yeah. Alil, I got to say thank you to Alil. I was at Hollywood Studios. Was it last month or 2 months ago? I don't even remember now. And I asked him. I told him I took pictures of it. Huh?
In April.
And I was in Hollywood Studios and I see some Indiana Jones pieces, and I was like, "Alil, I didn't get these. Can you pick it up for me?" And my friend came through for me, and he was able to pick up 2 prop replicas from the Disney parks. The fertility idol, which is awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Really, really cool. Love the detail on it. Just love it, man. It's just really, really cool. Indiana Jones, Lucasfilm, think is just a dope piece. I love it because again, it's Industrial Light and Magic. It's all that kind of George Lucas, Steven Spielberg.
You gotta get like a little bag of sand to put right next to it, like a.
Yes, it has all 3 games in it. Yes, it does. Yeah.
What's up, Nez?
Yeah. What's up, Nez? Yeah, it has all 3 games in it, and I'm gonna mod it out at some point. But yeah, really cool. I love it. I play it almost every day. Every time I'm like just walking around, it's gonna jump in and just play it. It's really fun. But yeah, this is really cool piece. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't understand why you missed on this. I don't understand why you didn't pick it up. I'm so confused because I know you're.
I can still go back and get it, but
I thought you said they didn't have any more. They probably
restocked. They didn't have the idol. Didn't have the idol. Well, I mean, I'm sure they'll restock it, but
the Sankara Stone, right? I think it's Sankara Stone. The Sankara Stone. I'm gonna tell you, this is amazing. I have no idea how it works, but when you touch it, it does this. Hold up, let me see if I can touch it. It lights up.
That's really cool.
Is so fucking awesome, dude. Like, I literally love this, man. Like, it is a really, really great piece. I really do love this a little. Like, this is like fantastic, and it throbs. Like, you take it off and it just like kind of throbs. It does all kind of shit, but like it's like it's hot. But it's so cool, dude. This is like really, really good. Like, and if actually I looked at the replica of it on the Lucasfilm books, and it's damn near. It looks really great. Like, it's on point. Like, it really works really well. Like, it looks exactly like it's supposed to look, and I think that's dope. And the fact that it lights up and just kind of does that, it's like really fucking awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, right.
walk around, plunge it into people's chests.
Yeah, it's really cool, and like the detail on it, like it's all cracked and shit on the inside, and like it just really has everything in it, dude. This is a really great piece, man. Just if you're a prop replica person or you just love Indiana Jones, I think this is a really great piece to have. Both the pieces are really great to have. I'm kind of dreading. I kind of wish I would have got the idol too. The little Saw medallion thing now. So, but yeah,
I'll be back in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah, definitely. If you're there, just pick it up for me. I'll take it. But yeah, just a great piece, Lil. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate this. And this is gonna go at my Lucas Spielberg collection now for Indiana Jones. God damn it, Lil. Now I gotta go on this rabbit hole of Indiana Jones props. So now I need a whip and a hat.
I was gonna say you need a hat and the whip. Yeah.
Oh man, now you no, you gotta stop there though.
Yeah, no. The good thing about Indiana Jones is not a lot of stuff.
Well, and it's Lucasfilm, right? So it's tied in. It's Harrison Ford. It's all tied in.
Yeah, it's tied in. There's some stuff that they have. I think Regal Robots does a lot of.
What other Lucasfilm properties could you collect? You could collect some Willow stuff. You can do
Howard the Duck.
You could do some Howard the Duck stuff. Is correct.
So Sean, this is the little poster I was telling you about. It's not a poster. It's more of a flyer for this merch.
Oh,
but cool. I'm gonna go to Solo Lab because you guys, this sweatshirt. I need to find this sweatshirt.
Sean will find it.
Dude, this is ridiculous. It's a double-sided sweatshirt right here, if you could see it. It says Star Wars with a Nintendo controller on the front and Vader on the back. Look at that.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. I can make that.
Sean's like, I'll make it.
And then you can also order this Lucas a fan club. Look at all the little stuff on it.
Oh, I have all that stuff. I have all the fan.
There's an indie. Look at that. There's indie.
Yeah, I have all the fan club stuff.
Okay.
I have all that stuff. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I just saw this. I haven't opened the box in so long. I forgot it was in there, and then all of a sudden I see that the Nintendo controller with the Star Wars logo, and I'm like, oh man, that's a really cool sweatshirt. Like, I need to find that somehow, but I doubt it's out there, and if it is, it's probably costs.
Yeah, I don't think it's out there. Like, I'm looking now, and I don't see it at all.
Yeah, but the good thing is you could just make it.
I know. That's actually a really
and then make it yourself. Ta-da!
So there you go. Toy box. What news do we have? There was a still image out there from Captain America, whatever it's called now.
So unfortunately, we're not going to get we're not going to get Giancarlo as Professor X.
We're not.
Yeah, apparently he's in Captain America
Brave New World.
Brave New World.
But it's weird because like I'm trying to figure out who the hell he's playing, because he's got 3 knives like strapped to his chest in that one picture, and like just like some khaki pants and a black like shirt. Like I'm sure he's got a coat underneath that's hiding that. But what the hell? Who is he?
They're gonna waste it. They're gonna waste him on.
I don't know, because he said that he's gonna be here, and then he's gonna be in a series, and it's gonna be somebody that nobody's gonna predict, but it's a character. So I know a lot of people are out there were like, oh, maybe he's playing like Trask or Gyrick, because they work for the government if they're trying to tie in more X-Men stuff, which would be kind of cool. I mean,
what a waste. What a fucking waste. God, I swear to God, I'm telling you, this X-Men 97 spoiled me. Fucked me all. It fucked me all up, dude. Like, I can't. There's nothing I can unsee now from this point on going forward.
Did you guys see the Honest trailers?
I did not.
X-Men 97. They really go in on Professor Xavier on that trailer. They really let him have it.
Well, as they should.
Yeah, for like
everything up,
like hit all his shit, and then he like comes back and starts like condescendingly talking shit to everybody, and everyone's like, "What the fuck? Shut up! Stop preaching at me! You just came back to this ridiculous." Very funny.
Well, and it's funny too because it's like I think they even treated him like that in the show, right? Like Cyclops, like. Blasted him. And I don't think he even need to hit him that hard, but did. Magneto told him to shut up.
It's weird. I never, and shame on me probably. I never knew Cyclops's blast was like not really it really wasn't like a laser blast. I didn't realize it was like just an optic, like it's just like. It's like a phaser thing, but just kind of pushes you back.
I guess but his visor can adjust, and if it goes super skinny, it almost turns it into a laser because it's so focused that it it can cut because if it goes like that certain.
Okay.
That's like the mechanics of like when people say like, well, you can't cut, like if it's wide open, yeah, he's not going to cut, right? It's just going to like concussive.
Yeah, I always thought it was just kind of a laser. Like I honestly just always thought it was just like pew. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just kind of punched people. I never really realized it.
Yeah, his true superpower is the sweet tech behind his visor, because without it, he's just a maniac.
Yeah. Who built that? Hank?
I don't remember.
Oh.
I really don't, because it's like even the same thing. Like, who the hell would have thought to wear like ruby glasses?
I know.
Yeah,
right?
That would have been a really tricky
as a
time
kid
of trying to figure out what.
Here, put these ruby glasses on.
Okay.
For your
try glass. Blam. No, close your eyes. Oh God.
I don't remember. I gotta go back and.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's weird. his origin has to be really like, how did he come out the womb?
Well, I mean, it happened.
He could have been 15 before that.
Yeah, it was when he hit puberty.
Yeah. Okay. But do we know that though?
Yeah, because they even did it in the movies and stuff, and in the comics it was like that. Like he was having problems in school, and that's what happened.
Oh, one day it just kind of kicked in, and it was just like, yeah, okay, I remember that. Okay,
blasting the roof off of buildings and shit.
Yeah.
And so,
shame
but then some mutants are like born, I guess, like that, right?
Yeah,
like, born fucking blue and shit. So you're like,
yeah, I mean, like Nightcrawler, right? Like he was born blue.
But was he, or was he more like Hank McCoy, like who was?
No, he was born. He was born blue because they even showed that there was even an episode of it in the original X-Men series. But I believe
basically, Sean, it's whatever's convenient for the story is how it works.
It's very true. You're not wrong, Steve. Like if you read any comic book long enough, you're like, hey, that's not right. You know, based on everything I read before, but whatever writer wants to take it on and change this shit to fit the story they're telling, that's what makes sense. So,
and like,
yeah,
I don't know, just like the difference between people with superpowers versus mutants, like it's the same. It's all the same thing, right? Like Captain Marvel could technically be a mutant. She's got crazy powers,
right? Well, it's funny because it's like
Storm could be just a superhero. She doesn't need to be called a mutant. She's like, she controls weather. Like that's a dope power. Like,
yeah,
not necessarily mutant.
Yeah, how did Spider-Man is not a mutant, right? Like he mutated after the spider bite. You know, it's like, well, no, because he got it not naturally. He didn't,
How is the Hulk not a mutant? He's normal, and then he can mutate into a giant green monster.
It was cool watching all those 60s cartoons last night while I was playing video games. If anybody saw, I posted it, but I was watching those retro cartoons, and they took literal comic books and just cut them out and just put them on the screen and had voiceovers on a lot of it. Just shook the pages and like made it a little like it was terribly animated, but so much fun to watch.
That doesn't sound like fun to watch.
It was fun to watch. I loved it. I had.
Sounds like you really have to like it.
Well, I love those stories too. Like
that sounds like a fun time though. Just like because you had the what game were you playing?
I played a couple of different games last night. I was playing Super Star Wars. Super
Empire,
and then I moved to the NES and I was playing Castlevania 3. So I just played for like 4 or 5 hours. I was just playing a bunch of different games.
Huh. Reading this, it says Cyclops' body constantly absorbs ambient energy such as sunlight from his environment into his body cells, which allows him to open the apertures. That's really weird. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Cyclops' mind generates a particle field that is attuned to his force that maintains the apertures. That's really awesome. I didn't know any of that shit. So it's like, I really never knew. I never really asked the question because I was like, wow, how the fuck did it, like, how did this happen? So that's cool to read that. I never should have read that before.
I always thought it was weird that his brother like had the same power, but it came out of his chest.
Right? But isn't his dad an alien though?
See, no, his dad flew. His dad went to space after the fact. His dad and his mom, I think they were, because they took his brother and him and threw him out of a plane because the plane was crashing to save them. There was only one parachute, and then they somehow, I can't remember exactly, but somehow ended up in space. His mom died up in space, and then his dad became the leader of the Starjammers.
Wind up in space. Weird shit. Is like you got Peter Quill, you got the Fantastic Four, you got Charles Xavier with the Bird Lady, you got Nova, you got all the like it's just like people that just wind up in space, like Captain Marvel. Like I'm just living life and now I'm in space doing shit.
It's an easy way to tell a story. Just space stuff.
Space stuff. It's great.
Yeah. I agree, Carl. I remember that too when they put the the non-mutant superhero on the cover of Spider-Man when like the mutants got really popular. It's like, but you know, they're all mute. They all mutate. Unless you're an alien, you've mutated. That's it.
I wonder how they're going to treat that in the MCU, like the word mutant. Like, is that going to be?
I heard, but then isn't X-Men going to be its own universe? It's not going to be.
Well, right now it seems like Fantastic Four is in its own universe as well.
Yeah.
It will its own. Yes, in the different multiverse, but they're gonna have to bridge it all together for.
So it's going to be in its own reality.
Yes,
like that's aside from the MCU.
Yeah, because I mean, we saw Beast when Monica Rambeau got over there and went through, and he's like, "That this is impossible for you to be from a different multiverse."
And we've seen Professor X in the multiverse.
Yeah. So my thinking is it's easy to tell that story for them because they don't have to be like, just like right now with an Eternal in the ocean sitting, you know, not an Eternal, but whatever, sitting out in the ocean. Everybody's forgotten. You don't have to say, oh, well, the mutants were just hanging out while the Avengers were fighting Thanos. You know, it's just like, no, they were in a whole different universe. And now we're going to combine it all. And eventually after Secret Wars, it's all going to be in one timeline. And that's how it's going to reboot. Soft reboot. We'll get Captain America back, Iron Man back, all his new actors. And then boom.
So Secret Wars, we're going to see the return of Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans. Give them one last hurrah as alternate versions of those characters from other universes.
Probably.
Because really, that's going to be like our last hurrah. That's going to be like when we're going to be getting old. They're going to be old. So
you think I'm going to stop watching? No.
But that's going to be it. Then, yeah, that's going to soft reboot everything. Because if you do that, you can still have Hugh Jackman Wolverine. You can still have James Marsden Cyclops. You can still have all these people all the way up to there and then recast all that shit later.
Yep. You can even have both casts, new and old. Right? Because it's a multiverse.
The alternate versions that are fucking shaking hands, literally passing the torch.
Yeah, definitely.
But what if they do that and nobody likes the new actors? It's like, oh, bigness.
There's nothing you can do about it because Hugh Jackman's going to be like 60 by the time that comes out. So I doubt he's going to want to keep trying to put on that muscle to play Wolverine.
That's the big news of the week is Lil's fucking new popcorn bucket he's going to get. It's the Wolverine popcorn bucket.
Of course, the big mouth wide open. I mean,
you totally getting that one.
I love it. I love the commercial with the butter dripping off its face. You know,
you all in on that one. You like, I can't wait.
I can't believe that's like a real commercial.
It is, isn't it?
Whether or not that's a real product, that's a real thing that Ryan Reynolds posted. So,
and Hugh Jackman and the Deadpool movie Twitter, all of it. Yes. So
that's wild stuff.
Amazing. That's all I gotta say. Amazing. So, yeah. Any other news? I don't think I saw much.
There's not a lot going on.
Oh, there was something in the there's a video game series coming out from Amazon. Is it on Amazon? Because I've never played the games, so I do not know. BioShock, Netflix.
Oh, you've never played the BioShock games?
No, I have not. So Fernando posted it. I've never played it, so I do not know.
So I played the games. I never finished BioShock Infinite, which I believe was the third, maybe the fourth game. There might have been 3 series in the BioShock because there's like the first game is like it starts off and you crash in the ocean in a plane and like you come out of the water. You're like the plane wreck is all around you. You're swimming around and there's a fucking building in the middle of the ocean. You swim over to it and there's a door and you go in and that starts your adventure. Like there's a crazy city in the middle of this ocean and a big mystery to solve. And there's these big monsters in these like mech suits with these drill hands called Big Daddies. There's these creepy little girls. I don't remember a lot. It's been a long time since I played these games. They came out a while ago, but I do remember like, what were you going to say, Sean?
I played the first one.
I remember you get like superpowers. There's like, it's all first person, so you kind of see the hands, but you can do weird shit with the hands. Yeah. I don't remember a lot of the story. I remember it being really cool though, because I definitely played the second one. The third one got weird because we're in BioShock Infinite, because you were out of the ocean and you were like in some weird city in the sky. So if BioShock hits, you're definitely going to see like some hint towards the end of a city in the sky to like allude to the next one. But it's kind of like the Fallout. If you watched the Fallout series, right, Alo?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, so I didn't get to review it with you guys, but yes.
It's kind of like that in the way that it's like that alternate reality, like kind of a futuristic 50s-ish kind of feel.
Okay.
So kind of like what they're going with Fantastic Four. That's going to be a thing. Like that's going to be a thing for a while. Like that aesthetic is like going to be in a lot of stuff coming up. So
yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I'm trying to see here if I have one of the games, because I might have picked it up in a lot, but I don't see.
That would be original Xbox or maybe Xbox 360.
That's what I'm looking at. And speaking of Xbox 360, for those people out there who still have a whole handful of Xbox 360 games, check the prices on those, because 360 games are coming off of the servers. I guess the 360 servers have been up for a long time for their game stores and everything, and those are all coming down. So all of a sudden, Xbox 360 games have shot up in price. So if you might have some there's some out there that are going for $400, $500, $600. So double check what you have. I do not have any of those. So
yeah, it definitely hit on 360. So it dropped in 2007.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm looking here. I have the Mass Effect games. Oh, I do have a BioShock. Oh, I guess I do have it.
There you go. You should play it. It's got a cool horror game with like superpowers aesthetic a little. You should play it.
Yeah, I think it's one of the remember when they did that, like the platinum hits?
Yeah.
I think that's the version I have of it. So it's the first one. Yeah. Okay. I guess I have one. There you go. I guess I should try it.
You should. You could probably play that on the Series X. You could probably just put that disc right in there to play.
Really?
Should. That's backwards compatible.
I didn't know it was backwards. Okay. Good to know. So, all right. Well, there you go. So, I guess that's it. I don't think there's anything else to talk about.
Any other news, Sean? You got anything? You know they are coming out with the college football video game.
Yeah. It looks awesome what they're going to do with it, but I mean, it's been a long time since I played NCAA. I think the last time was on the Xbox 360. I think it was.
I just like the idea of picking some obsolete school and just running a dynasty.
Yeah, it's supposed to
sound
sometime in 2025, I believe. So I guess we'll see.
This Acolyte is this week. So
when does that drop? Is that Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Well, Tuesday night,
Tuesday night, 9 p.m.
Oh, damn. And we're doing Star Geeks Wednesday. So that means I have to watch it as it drops. Oh, man.
Yes,
show's demanding. Now it's work, Sean.
Well, I'm sorry, man. I apologize. But you gotta watch it, dude. I gotta get your how you feel about at least the first.
I saw those character posters. That Wookiee looks so cool, man. Like, it's just I like that all these Wookiees all look so different, right? Like that's the cool thing. Like Chewbacca has a look, and I actually think Chewbacca looked really, really good in the Solo movie.
Yeah,
like the younger Chewbacca, like you could tell he was like a little bit. A little bit lankier, like
color was a little lighter.
I thought he looked really good there. And then you had Black Chrysanthemum in Boba Fett. Like he looked definitely a distinct look, very cool. And then you have this Jedi Wookiee who has like their faces are all just shaped a little differently. Like it's just cool that it's slight differences. It looks like an actual real race, like a real people. Like they similar but different, you know. Like it's just really cool to see.
I'm a little leery because each episode's like 30 minutes. I don't understand that part of it. And it's only probably going to be like maybe 6 or 7 episodes.
30 minutes.
Yeah. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm a little scared of that. Like, that's not enough time to tell a story.
30 minutes. It is if they're concise.
You know what? But if it's 30 minutes and you have, let's just say 8 episodes, you better fucking move. Like, we can't dilly dally.
Yeah.
We can't like hang out with like quiet moments looking at sunsets and shit. Like we had 30 minutes. We gotta cover some.
That's what I'm saying. It's got to be concise. It's gotta keep the story moving. I think it will.
How long was Loki? Loki was what? 30, 45 minutes?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
They varied though. It was like one you get like 32 minutes, but the next one you get would be like 48 minutes.
Yeah.
So like they would. And then the finales are always
longer. I mean, even X-Men 97 was longer finale. So,
yeah, the runtime on Acolyte looks like 30 minutes, but that could change. That's not even. Well, I mean, no, the first episode is 41 minutes. The second one's 36 minutes.
Yeah, so it's just like every other one.
42 minutes, 32 minutes. Yeah, that's not bad.
They're going to vary. It's going to be around. You're going to average it out at like 35 minutes because you're going to have some that are a little over, some a little under.
Well, and then you got like 6 minutes of end credits, you know, because that's how it always is. So,
with no scene.
I mean,
we can't have a scene in everything.
Every end credits needs a scene a little.
It's funny though. It's funny after me and Jenny watched Civil War, she's just like, "Is there an end credit?" I'm like, "No, this isn't a Marvel movie. There's no end credits in Civil War."
You know what? That's where you be at sometimes because you be like, "Yo, is there an end credits?" And like, I got for everything now. It's like, is there an end credit scene? Like, I gotta know.
I know. Like I was one of those people that like I didn't know that like Daredevil. The Ben Affleck movie had an end credit scene for a long time. They were like, "Did you know it had an end credit scene?" I was like, "Huh? Sure as shit."
I did not know that.
Sean didn't know that right now.
Did not know that.
There's an end credit scene, Sean, at the end of the Ben Affleck movie where fucking Colin Farrell's in like a body cast and he like spits a fucking toothpick at a fly and kills it.
Yeah.
I did never seen that.
Because it just shows you Bullseye's still alive.
Oh, that's cool. Wow. What the fuck?
I mean, that movie doesn't get the love it deserves.
No.
I mean, I know it's hokey and there were some really bad scenes in it, but it wasn't the
very bad scenes in it.
Listen, go watch
the extended cut.
Watch the director's cut edition where there's like a whole subplot with, was it Coolio?
Coolio, yeah.
It is incredible. There's a scene where like Matt Murdock is driving a fucking car through the city as Matt Murdock with like a corrupt cop in the passenger seat, and he's like interrogating the cop. The cop's like freaked out because this blind guy is driving this fucking car through traffic, and Matt Murdock can see just fine, you know, with his sonar. He's like, because everybody's honking and everything's screaming, so everything's just fine. But this cop is losing his shit. He's like, ah, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. And like, I don't know, there was lots of cool stuff about that movie. I like the deprivation tank that he sits in.
I actually like that too.
The suit was terrible, but like there was cool scenes like
it grew on me, man. That suit
wasn't that bad.
I don't like the leather. I don't like the you can't move in that. That is a sticky, thick suit. Like that is thick leather. From
he
neck
needs to be thick. Did you see all the scars on his back? He got his ass whooped all the time.
Dude, that Daredevil costume wasn't bad.
The mask, I actually prefer that mask to the one that we currently have.
Yeah, I like.
I don't like that it goes over his nose, Charlie Cox's nose, because
I didn't like what's Colin Farrell? Bullseye.
Oh, Bullseye.
I didn't like the fucking bullseye on his
tattoo.
fucking. That was stupid as shit.
Or that, not even a tattoo, it was like a branding or whatever.
Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin. Mwah! Beautiful.
Fantastic.
That was great. That was so good.
Yeah, that wasn't bad at all. I actually liked it. Didn't mind that at all.
And it had some good lines, man. I love when he like broke his legs and Michael Clark Duncan's like, I'm gonna tell everybody. He's like, go ahead, tell everybody a blind man beat you. It's like, that's good. It's a good line.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Daredevil's fucking costume was kind of cool, man.
There was the scene in the beginning when it opened up where he's like holding on to the cross on the top of the church. I was like, ooh, that looks like straight out of a fucking comic book. Like,
yeah, I love that.
It's really good.
Yeah.
The Daredevil movie had, the problem with the Daredevil movie is it gave us Evanescence. So that gives it a ding.
I still hear that on the radio every now and then.
I like Evanescence. I don't like that. I love that.
It's no good.
It's awesome. I don't give a fuck what you say. I love that song. I'm a sucker for that kind of fucking rock anyway. So I guess
the playground fight scene is not very good.
Oh, that's terrible. That's probably the worst. That was terrible.
I love when Bullseye throws Daredevil's baton at Elektra's dad, and like Daredevil goes to catch it, but that explosion happens and it like ricochets all the sound off of it, so he can't tell which baton is the right one, and he misses it. Oh, that's so good.
Oh yeah.
You're like, and so everyone thinks that fucking Daredevil killed her.
There's a scene where he jumped out of the window and all the glass like kind of shattered or some shit like that. I can't remember. Was that
in the director's? Yes.
Yeah.
In the director's cut, there was fucking like the whole with the subplot with the kid and the dad, like that was much longer.
Yeah, I'm not the bad guy. So
yeah,
Steve, you're freezing. So.
You're freezing up bad, my friend.
Director's cut.
Yeah.
Am I back now or no?
Not really.
Not really. But we're about to
really off. But that's all right. We're calling it a night anyway. So. All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. We really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, tell your neighbors if you want to. This is Lil.
This is Sean.
And this is Steve. And until next time, everybody, stay safe, be nice to each other, and keep it geeky.